Hi all. Okay. Everybody, welcome to tonight's stream. I am your favorite sentient potato, and everyone here is my fellow rejects. So today we're going to talk about the internet's biggest reject at the moment, Kevin Smith. But I'm going to pass this over to someone who's more knowledgeable about this to me. Kilroy, also known as the Ice Bridge, because he wants to be edgy.
There's actually a reason for this. I'm not going to get into on stream. If it's not my fault, you didn't pay attention to it.
Taking it to the bridge.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm putting
Okay.
in a new sound for CSA's chair. Okay, a new banner.
No, what it's got to be is the fucking. Oh. Good God, man!
Okay, so
that's gonna be beautiful.
All right, so I'm just going to introduce the shit before
Yeah.
I bring it to you guys, and my phone keeps dinging and messing me up. Fuck off, phone.
Professionalism.
You can put it on vibrate. That's what I do.
Yeah, I will. So anyway, what we've got here with this new fucking He-Man show is basically, I said this before the stream started, but
Yeah.
and I can't take credit for this because really I got it from Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers because he's 100% correct. This is The Last Jedi Part 3. You know,
Oh,
Kevin Smith is the new Rian Johnson, taking that title away from Neil Druckmann and The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
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 This is
Okay.
this is another Last Jedi. This is another Last of Us Part 2 in a lot of ways. Basically, a new creative, quote unquote, decides he wants to get edgy, quote unquote, and try and subvert fan expectations, add all this woke garbage into it, kill off characters, and then when his fucking little troll project is rejected by the fans, he blames the fans for being toxic, and that's why
course.
his shit's not selling.
You know who I actually blame? I blame his daughter.
I'd say more so his wife and daughter.
No, his daughter. His daughter is a raging feminist. She's a vegan. She's a feminist. She's all
Yeah, but
this stuff.
didn't he
I heard that
marry
his wife
a raging
too.
feminist first?
I think it's both
before
of
he
them.
had that that pathetic excuse for a child he got.
I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
was both of them.
Yeah. See, he married a raging feminist. He did this to himself.
Don't stick
Yeah.
your dick in crazy people.
I mean, if you're going to, at least make sure it's the right kind, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
You no kidding.
Yeah, and I mean, like, before you do that, where is it, Brent? Always remember to yell.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Coming!
But,
My God,
so,
sir.
Let's actually talk about the actual show, quote unquote. The propaganda piece, if you will.
Oh, it wasn't even intelligent enough to be fucking propaganda.
Oh, of course not. But, okay, so we watched the show, and many of us wish we were drunk.
I was drinking.
As
It
I
was
said,
too
we
early.
It was 5 o'clock somewhere. But poor Nick here. Nick watched the entire show, all
I did.
all five episodes. You poor bastard. I am
Yeah. I suffered.
I am so sorry, Nick. But
Honestly,
okay.
if they had kept the stuff that happened in the first episode, that action, and kept He-Man and stuff, I think it could have been good. But they just completely... The only way they subverted my expectations is killing He-Man in the first episode, everybody. He-Man
Is it sad that I expected that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
It
Well,
happened.
sadly we all expected this crap.
We all knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. When
I
people
didn't
had
get
that
the-
feminist cut. We knew.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, and the way He-Man goes down, just he doesn't. I don't know. He seemed to.
I mean, he goes down, I would say, like a hero. The problem is, right, that instead of letting him go down as He-Man, they decided to I don't know what the word for this
They
is.
retroactively
They transformed him and killed him as Prince Adam and deliberately revealed it to Tila, who didn't know he was He-Man, specifically in this series, didn't know he was He-Man for a very good reason, because this version of Tila is a fucking narcissistic, arrogant, self-absorbed piece of shit bitch.
She's
another Mikey Spot
She's
clone.
Michelle. No, she's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, and that voice is god awful.
She is every bit that actress, and I don't like that actress. So yeah, fuck that.
Remake Buffy.
Don't
Sarah
remake
Michelle
Buffy.
Gellar is just playing herself.
She's fucking awful at the role. She's not doing good voice work in general. She sounds wrong, and the character's written so shit that even if she were a better actress, it wouldn't fucking help.
Yeah. Her voice just grates on me. It doesn't fit the character. You know, it's like
I've heard 2 different renditions of Tila, and both were infinitely better than this one.
Yeah, I mean,
which is fucking insane.
Yeah,
there were very few of the characters in the first episode that actually sounded good
or acted right.
It's okay. I'm just gonna bring this up. Mark Hamill as Skeletor
is wrong.
Also known
as
as Joker.
It's just the Joker.
Yes, exactly.
He's just
he acts like
basically
a cross between the Joker and the fucking scientist from the Dark Crystal that he did the voice of.
And guys, am I the only one who basically was surprised that somehow they made He-Man look more gay?
No,
as Prince Adam, the only thing they did with He-Man was the fucking Sailor Moon it was the Sailor Moon transformation.
Someone on Twitter actually done a transformation scene and put it to the music of Sailor Moon's transformation.
I'm gonna do you one better. Yellow Flash actually compared the two. He played the Sailor Moon transformation and the He-Man, and they are identical.
They put the Sailor Moon music over it.
I couldn't believe it, and then he showed them, and I'm back to back. I'm like,
you do a side by side, and they're the exact same transformation.
Yeah,
they absolutely are.
I mean, it's.
But there are some things we do need to get to.
Yeah.
How about we start, because I need to get this off my fucking brain before I fucking punch something. The mischaracterization and complete misunderstanding of Tila, her fucking self.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, and I've said this to Josh today, this is not fucking Tila. In no way is this anything to even do with either version of fucking Tila. Tila was fucking proud of her work. She was very, for lack of a better term, patriotic about her fucking role and about her father's role in defending their homeland. She always had this thing with He-Man where she was trying not to be obvious, but she was really into him. When he would show up, there was never this lesbian undertone bullshit with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she
was always straight, yeah.
And she was always, first and foremost, very proud of her fucking father and very freaking concerned about how things went with her father. And she had no real qualms with the king or queen in either case. So that opening scene, like I already had misgivings when they do the opening scene and the queen is talking about, you look like a warrior goddess. And I stopped and I was like, we've already started.
Yeah.
We've already started with the feminist glad handing.
The entire opening bit of the first episode was a celebration for her. The entire kingdom was in open celebration. Because
hold on, I'm gonna get to that because the only person who was acting like I feel like they should have been was Duncan, Man at Arms, because for some reason they don't use his name for like a big chunk of the show.
Yeah,
is Duncan because that's his fucking daughter. His daughter is stepping into his place, which is what he always intended. And so he's very proud. He's kind of doting on her a little bit. That made sense. But everybody else being so fucking masturbatory, for lack of a better word, about the whole thing,
It was like
There is
so
no better word.
And then
was
King Randor pulling that little bullshit where
geez.
Adam comes in and he says that Man at Arms, because again, we don't use his name, is acting kind of odd. And his father's like, it's parental pride. He's like, something I hope to feel one day. And I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
King Randor at his most exasperated and disappointed with his son would not fucking have said something like that.
No.
Here's my question: is where the fuck is Adam's sister?
She wasn't on Eternia, dude.
Wait, okay, my mistake.
She's
Yeah,
in a horrible
she was-
series reboot right now.
Oh, yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, the
No,
one
no,
that.
Netflix already killed her.
No,
You know,
don't
it's
you
a
mean
shame we
they?
don't have Travis here.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Anyway,
But don't you mean they? I'm not joking. In one episode, she went by they.
I don't care because that's not real,
Fuck
and I don't
off.
give a fuck what they did.
I don't care either.
That's
They
not
go fuck
Kira
themselves.
either.
They can have that bullshit if they want it. I don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But and then everything about her from then on is uncharacteristic. Her response to grieving parents after she saw what happened, after she watched the man who turned out to be Adam die, is to accuse them of being liars and horrible people, is to scream at her father for being a liar and horrible person. Her father, who was just exiled, banished from his own kingdom, and told that he would be executed if King Randor ever saw him again, which again, fuck you, that's not how King Randor acts and never should have.
I mean,
But her response is to act like a spoiled child who just learned that Santa Claus isn't real.
Well, let's
Yes.
let's say this: the way they've written Tila is she's basically an aspiring villain.
Almost,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
But
She's
isn't that
selfish,
what all
she's
feminists are?
egotistical, and
Yes.
she puts everything in the context of herself. She's more Skeletor than Skeletor is in this.
Yeah,
I
almost,
mean,
yeah.
and the whole
Yeah.
banishment thing. I mean, I would understand it if
Oh my god.
I'm not even
Yes,
gonna.
the scene later on where to her own
Oh my
father,
God,
who is
I'm sorry.
her own father has already been punished and exiled and his life ruined. She comes here needing his help,
Hey there, Machi.
and she busts out with this bullshit at her own fucking
that
father.
made me. I'm sorry. That pissed me off when she said that because her father was the only like nice. And that was her father, and she comes in and say, "You're still a broken old man." I was like, "The bitch! Why would you say that to your flipping father? The
Bitch,
one
you
that
fucking what now?
got you into everything, and you're like, hey, fuck you, dad." That's
The
what you want.
sad answer to this is that none of these characters are characters.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I have to say this. You said it. I felt more that Skeletor was the better guy in the first episode than Tila. I felt that Skeletor was better than Tila, and they should have just. I don't know. It's like when you
not
have
a
the villain
comment.
being better than your hero, that
Yeah.
says a lot.
Now, I'm only going to
Yeah.
jump on one more thing before I pass it along, but speaking in terms of character developments that make no fucking sense, two of my favorite villains from both series are Triclops and Trapjaw.
Yeah.
I do not understand what the fuck kind
God.
of what kind of fucking ganja this retard was fucking smoking when he decided that Triclops and Trapjaw, an inventor, an aspiring military leader, and a soldier, respectively, would suddenly take the opportunity to take over Snake Mountain and turn it into a cult fucking stronghold.
And it wasn't, and the cult, and it wasn't just a cult.
It was a
Triclops
cult.
even says, "Magic has failed us. This has failed us. We must embrace technology."
Yeah, it's like they're worshiping this thing called the motherboard. I'm like, okay, motherfucker, motherboards don't even exist in this universe.
That made me laugh so much when they did that because I was like, they were saying, "Hail the motherboard." I'm like, so what? They're just like hailing down to computers and everything.
It's like,
that.
the fuck is this?
Said over like a billion times too.
It's like, the fuck is this? The Matrix? Is Agent Smith gonna come down as your avenging angel? What the fuck is going on?
Mr. Triclops.
God.
Meet again.
And then they did it again. They fucking did it again. I called it. I said they did it again. They ripped somebody's eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't rip it out. It just kind of popped out like a lobster eyeball.
Okay,
He basically became a snail. The dude
Yeah.
became
Like
a
a snail eye.
cyborg snail.
Became Gary.
And I'm not gonna harp on the whole thing. Like I know
God.
that like they would get fucking beat up pretty bad when they were fighting, the strongest fucking man in the universe, He-Man. But Trapjaw and Triclops both are more than a match for fucking Teela.
Well,
And
one
this
of
is
them
not- this is not a
more than a match for
disparagement.
Teela.
This is not a disparagement of Teela as a character, but she was only human. Neither of those guys are fucking human.
No.
How dare you talk
Well-
about a holder of the sacred uterus?
Shut up.
Hang on, she wasn't just
Shut the
human.
fuck up.
Teela is a woman, and women.
Daughter of the sorceress.
Yeah.
I know.
They
Fucking
never cover that in the show, though, John.
SJWs are stupid, and they think there's no difference between men and women. But women are biologically weaker than
Yeah.
men. There's
even-
no way
yeah.
Teela could beat one of
With
those two
skill-
because they're stronger than your average man.
I was going to say, with skill, she might have been able to outmaneuver them, but beating them in a straight fight, not even Man-at-Arms had an easy time doing that.
Speaking
Yeah.
about our own man of arms, has left a comment.
Oh,
Hugh
God.
woman.
Uh,
Teela is a
Clamp.
Hugh woman.
all right. There are too many things I can fucking explode about, so pass it on to somebody else.
Okay, Nick, you want to continue on to the next episode? Wait, we lost the Phil.
He
I don't
might
know
have
what
had an
happened.
internet issue again.
Yeah.
The
hold on.
techno cult got him.
I would like to welcome back.
It's time to drink our ecstasy, boy.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That
Fucking-
which
that
Terrible,
fucking-
but accurate.
that
Tell me how
location
you
when they
feel about the
sneak in,
sandstorm.
That
It
fucking
looked like-
nasty paste bullshit.
it fucking looked like Tron in there. Like
Yes.
it
Yeah.
did.
It's because
And that's
Kevin
dumb
Smith has
too, because
nothing.
the style of technology that
Nothing original.
Triclops used didn't look anything like that.
I mean, I
guys,
was
did
waiting to sort of
any
pull
of
out a
you
white
notice-
disc at some point and just hurl it.
Guys, did any of you notice that when he was holding the cup up and it was perfectly still, nobody was moving it, the liquid was still going from left to right.
Yeah,
still
because it's
moving
supposed to
quite
be
fast.
implied that it's a living paste, like nano machines.
Yes,
Yeah.
but what? Where is it going?
Gotta stay hydrated.
Wow.
Welcome, Bone. So, Nick, what happens in episode 3?
Alrighty, everybody. So, if you want to know what happens in episode 3 of Masters of the Universe Revelation, get ready. I'm going to explain a quick synopsis. Okay, so it starts with you seeing the Man-at-Arms. He saves this guy from getting beat up because the dude drops the magical water, the only water source left in Eternia, the magic source.
Oh, shit.
And he drops it accidentally, and Man-at-Arms protects him. Then Triclops and Triclops and Trapjaw come running in with their tanks and stuff, ready to blow this village sky high. They blow up the magic water source or whatever. And then Teela and Andra come to the rescue to save, and they didn't even know Duncan was there. They just were there to beat up Triclops. And so, and then they find the Man-at-Arms there beating up them too. And then the next part of it is that scene where you showed, Revan, where
Yeah.
it's right before then they go back to Duncan's house, and Orko is dying. That's why he needed to get the magic water, because
Oh,
Orko is dying. He's becoming sick because there's no more magic left in the universe. And so Orko's dying, and then she's like, "Come with us," and then Duncan's like, "No, I can't." And that's when she says that bullshit. Just another cowardly man or something, whatever she said.
Hold on, I'll put it back up.
That picture.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the wrong picture.
Yeah. No, that was a good picture.
That was- yeah.
Yes,
That one.
She says that when he says, "I don't want to go with you," and then eventually Orko and everybody convinces him to go, and then Teela is like, "No, father, you must go to the sorceress and protect her in Castle Grayskull." So now Duncan is going to go protect the sorceress, and then they are and then they go on this boat to travel to the land of the dead. I know this is the most convoluted plot ever.
God.
That's how
This-
I felt watching this.
This
But then-
plot
I feel like
is
I'm
an
listening
acid
to
trip.
somebody. I feel like I'm listening to somebody try and explain to me the Zelda timeline.
I feel like I'm back on painkillers again.
Oh,
pretty
no.
sure,
Oh, God.
Nobody
The
wants that.
episode-
Okay.
Wait a minute. I read an old comic.
So the
with
whole
this
point
same
of these
plot.
new episodes is to reforge the Sword of Power to bring He-Man back or some bullshit. I don't know what's, but what happens next is then Merman, voiced by Kevin Conroy, Batman, jumps onto the boat.
That makes
Jumps
me
onto
so
the boat.
sad.
Merman jumps onto the boat and attacks them, and they're trapped on there. They beat them up, or what? They beat them up. They get to the
Yeah.
land, and then it ends with them in like the land of the dead. So yeah, and then episode 4. Well,
Oh god,
that's-
there's 2 more episodes.
yeah, Orko dies. In
Oh
episode
no! Let's have a sad kitty for Orko dying.
Because we totally weren't seeing that coming. It totally
I know,
wasn't.
seriously.
That was already
Kevin
spoiled
Smith
multiple times.
Spoiled that on that interview, by the way.
I mean, to be
Oh,
fair,
no,
you
hey!
can't spoil garbage.
Welcome, Gregory.
yeah,
Hail from the Netherlands.
yeah.
Hello.
Oh, and they kill
Hey.
they kill all your favorite characters. So if you were expecting a lot of people to live through it, not a lot, dude. They kill He-Man, Skeletor, Orko. Evil Lynn is still alive by the end.
Of course, the
Uh,
woman's still alive.
All the female characters, I'm sure, are still
All
alive.
the female characters basically are survived. But all the men are like dead. Basically, yeah. They kill like
Wow. Why am I not? Actually, I'm not surprised, actually. Wow.
Hold
yeah,
on,
and
let-
then,
Guys, let's say I screw up every single feminist. Why is she in the middle?
Oh,
Well,
yeah, it was
I
just
think
I'm
we know
not
why.
even.
because
No.
she's more important.
Yeah.
yeah, don't.
Let's go.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it was a mental mind's F, this show. But they reforged the Sword of Power to bring back He-Man. And then He-Man died. And then He-Man gets stabbed again by Skeletor. And then Skeletor grabs the Sword of Power and becomes the most powerful being in the universe. And that's how it
Fucking
ends with
Skelegod.
Skeletor having the power of
Wow.
Grayskull. Bam. That's the end of Masters of the Universe Part 1, Revelation. That's
You know
it.
what? You know
Skeletor.
what? The plot of this thing has the exact same energy as the fucking drug trips this one guy I knew in high school used to have on the regular because he
Are you
was never
surprised?
not.
Kevin Smith is mostly responsible
meth
for
or
the
something.
writing, you know? That fucking stoner motherfucker. Of course it seems like a drug trip.
It
I mean-
probably is a drug trip. He's
Yeah.
probably one of those guys who thinks that in order to be able to I art good, guys, he thinks he has to get high before he picks up a pencil.
This show felt like an acid chips at some points. I mean, the computer shit. I'm sorry.
The whole thing is an acid trip.
The motherboard crap got me. I'm like, who thought of this? They're hailing down to a giant computer.
I
Mr.
had an
Anderson comes
extremely
out.
hard
It's like
time
Kevin
not cackling at that.
And that was, she was laughing, I was raging.
Yeah.
It's like Kevin Smith saw those two characters for like maybe 5 minutes in the original series. Like, oh, they're robots. I get it.
Well, remember, guys, this is a man who came right out and said on social media and a couple of public panels where he was talking this stuff, said, he
I have no
basically
love
said
for
that he
He-Man.
hated He-Man. Like, in one panel, he said he didn't like He-Man, he didn't know anything about it. Then in another panel, he's actively said he didn't like it.
Yeah. I mean, well,
God,
okay.
yeah,
And then
Kevin Smith is such a big fan of He-Man, guys. He saw it 2 years before it came out. Did you hear that?
Oh,
He saw
yeah.
it-
Oh,
You heard that?
God.
Did you hear what his
He
lame
saw
ass
it 2
fucking
years
excuse
before
was?
everyone else.
Did you hear what his lame ass fucking excuse for that was?
What?
Oh, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, kids. I smoked a lot of pot and I'm old.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah,
You
that's
think
a
Fuck
that
you,
he-
dude. Like, seriously, fuck you.
Like, look at that.
You are now fucking working on an official production connected to this shit. It's your fucking responsibility to have this shit right.
Yeah.
You got no
I mean,
excuse.
and Okay, so as somebody who appreciates weapons and starships and everything, I'm going to talk about these two female characters from a weapons perspective.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Hold on.
What?
One sec, guys.
What?
Kevin Smith. Shush! Kevin Smith, He-Man, very LGBT. Lots of dialogue, no action, comic book news.
What the shit?
What? Where are
What
you
did
reading
you
that
just
from?
read?
It was on comic book news. I think he was just reading.
Yeah.
It.
I
Oh.
was reading the title of the article. Kevin Smith's
That's not a
He-Man.
title. Yeah, sure.
I'm not. But anyways,
Katana needs to be rebooted.
I might. This is
we
insane.
all might. But let me get to my thing. So the weapons of these two chicks.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about.
Are we gonna have a
Oh
rant
my-
about the staff?
Oh! But I'm gonna talk about the other chick first because the staff's gonna be a lot longer.
Fucking shurikens.
Yeah.
Shurikens. Now, I get if it would be like a martial arts movie or something like that, shurikens would be involved. Okay, that's understandable. But that's all. And by the way, she has like an endless amount of these shurikens that she's just chucking at people, and it's like, okay,
Well, it's not
what
even
the
people.
fuck?
She was throwing that shit at some of the robot motherfuckers from the cult.
she was, and they're
Like,
going
what the
down.
fuck would that
and-
do to a metal
Yeah.
thing?
Throwing stars, Nerdporial, throwing stars, fucking
Yep.
shuriken.
Yep.
God.
Oh no, my
Yep.
IBM.
It was so stupid. And then she has
I
a
need some water.
gauntlet.
I'll be right back.
And then she has a
Alright.
gauntlet that has a tiny little laser emitter that can cut things in half. Okay, not like Man at Arms had an arm cannon, but at least it would he would deploy it.
Yeah,
it
it's
was a
'cause his
big
arm-
thing.
It's because his arm was cybernetic. That was the whole damn arm at that point.
Right. This is a little gauntlet that you're wearing, and it fires a
This is-
beam. Oh God. I'm
So, you know what really
I'm-
gets me about this too is they made Adam, they made He-Man as Prince Adam about 9 times more feminine than Teela.
Yes.
Is at any
Fuck
point.
Me,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
And Tina immediately beats the shit out of him. And it's like, do you think I have gone up against Castle Grayskull? Snake Island. Do you think I can't take you? And he's like, it's called a hug.
I'm not even gonna. By the way, Zebulon, basically, yeah. That's
Pretty much
kind
does.
of what it is in a way. That's kind of what it is. And then let's get to the staff. That staff, it is a fucking multi-tool. So it collapses down, so it looks like a little rod.
multi-tool.
And then it deploys out into a staff. Okay, that's not shocking because she used something like that in the in the other series. But then it can turn into a sword, a grappling hook, a shovel, and what was the fifth one? There was another. Oh, a spear.
Yeah, the spear.
Yes.
Your phone is just so done with this shit. It wants out.
It is. It's trying to
so
blow
hard.
this shit away, but I don't have enough ammunition for it.
It's
Come on,
trying
baby.
so hard to
Let me
find
out.
Minecraft.
Guys, we've been talking for 28 minutes about the show. Phil, you were talking for the past few days about Clownfish. You want to take it from here?
We can come back to that if we're
Dude,
not done
I
discussing.
think we've beaten the basic quote unquote
Yeah.
plot of this thing more
Wait, it has
so
a
than
plot?
they bothered with.
Yeah,
you can
I
move
would-
on to the
yeah,
clownfish
I-
drama because this is just
Yeah.
as much about Kevin Smith's fuckery.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot about this. I too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
part of this drama. Of
I will
Clownfish.
go through the basic history of this whole thing and briefly touch on the more recent shit before we dissect this. I can't even find words to continue that sentence because it's just so fucking insane.
Yeah.
But so I know that nobody who is currently watching this should not know what has happened between Clownfish and Kevin Smith over the past year.
Oh,
but
we will
just
have,
in
our
case
very
you
own-
don't.
Hmm?
Oh, hey, AW.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you're back.
Hello.
You want it
Welcome
in
back.
for this part?
Yeah, because although I don't know a damn thing about He-Man proper, I can sure as hell talk about shells in the media.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
basically, about a year ago, Clownfish made a rumor video. A Hollywood insider reportedly got to them and leaked to them some plot points about the show. Basically, He-Man being sidelined and Teela becoming a better He-Man with the help of her girlfriend
Oh, good Christ.
and a bunch of other shit. Kevin Smith came out and tried to say that nope, that's not what happens at all. That it's still very much a He-Man show. Teela is not the center of everything. She doesn't have a girlfriend, blah 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 blah. And then basically proceeded to drag Clownfish through the mud for like the next year.
He very
In
snidely
interviews.
also he also very snidely implied that they should have been part of the writing room so they could implement those changes.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
He did it on their panel on the Masters of the Universe panel.
But
he
then-
did it. He name dropped them on the Masters of the Universe Comic Con panel.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
what this
like
is
I
telling me
said,
is
he's
that-
dragging them through
Yeah.
the mud.
What this is telling me is that Kevin Smith is a liar, and among other things, it sounds like Clownfish's information was completely correct.
It
Yeah,
was.
I was about to get to that. So before, like a week, maybe a week and a half before the show actually aired, the embargo for reviews was lifted and reviews started coming out, and they were all talking about the details of the show. And lo and behold, actually, before I get to that, I believe it was Screen Rant, closer to like a year ago when Clownfish happened. Screen Rant posted an article saying stuff very similar, only for Kevin Smith to come out and basically try and say that wasn't true either, because it was basically saying a lot of the same shit that Clownfish was saying.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to what I was saying. Lo and behold, reviewers are coming out and saying that Clownfish was right without saying that Clownfish was right. They basically went over the plot of the show, the basic plot of the show, and all of the details that we were given in those reviews pointed to Clownfish being right the whole way and Kevin Smith being a lying sack of shit.
Yeah. I mean,
And you know what's surprising here is that Kevin Smith is going to suffer no professional consequences over this whole.
No, it's
until Netflix cuts him off and he becomes a scapegoat for them, like a lot of other people have.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be because the show failed, not because he lied about it.
No,
Yeah.
but he'll get what he's coming to him in another way because the show's not going to do well. And even if it does, we all know how this happens. We all know how this works. Netflix will cut the show off at a certain point, and then he's done. They have no use for him.
Netflix doesn't. The
Not gonna do
problem
well.
is that Kevin Smith is basically another Alex Kurtzman.
No. Before, because I know where you're going with that. No, he's not. Because here's the thing. He has no value beyond this. He's a washout. He's a pothead. He's a nobody to anybody but his fans. He may have pushed the right boxes, but nobody in Hollywood gives a fuck about Kevin Smith.
Oh,
Well,
maybe.
More accurately, I'd say they hired him to absorb all the hate for it.
Exactly.
That could be.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, his whole career is based on geek cred. People hire him to come and cry and give cred to people who don't pay
But
attention.
he has cried so much.
I know.
It is now an absolute joke.
And
Well,
his,
he's been a meme for his crying for ages. So
well,
yeah.
I mean, the question that I have to ask here, and what I think is actually the interesting question here is, first of all, Netflix Netflix should have known this was going to fail, right? And yet they kept funding it. Why?
Because
And
of
because
woke shit.
No,
Contractually.
simple. Hate watch.
I'm sure that their contract.
Hate watch
did not
only
say they
gets
had
you
to
so
make
far.
I'm sure that they did not have a contract that said that they were obligated to continue funding a project that was off the rails.
They
No,
never do
Arm,
that.
Armchair.
This is
There's actually something interesting. right? Kevin Smith was not the first choice because Kevin Smith was talking in the thing that I posted in the private Discord that he was there and he was talking to the long-haired guy from like Jay and Silent Bob, right? And he's
Jay?
like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So yeah, that makes sense. So he was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I have this idea for Heman. This is how I see Heman." And he's like, "Yeah, you need to do this." So he contacted guy in charge of Heman, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love your idea." And he's like, "Cool," but they'd never do it. And he's like, "Oh no, they already have Heman. It's happening with or without you."
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
the other. So there's two more related questions. First of all, which is Kevin Smith, although he has directed a number of films, they're all like Jay and Silent Bob films, right? He isn't remotely qualified to direct an animated adventure series, right? He hasn't ever worked in animation, which is telling me he's sort of a front man for this project.
That's kind of what I've been
wondering
saying.
who was calling the shots behind the scenes, and tying into who is calling the shots behind the scenes. This is only the latest in a long series of productions in the last, I would say, 4 years, which have actively worked to destroy, sort of American cultural icons here.
Yeah.
To destroy, subvert, etc., to sort of cultural icons of, traditional sort of Americana. The real question that I have to ask here is why, and none of these are profitable, right?
Yeah.
That Hollywood hasn't made a dime doing any of this. So, who is directing this, and why does it keep happening?
Well, a couple of reasons.
This
One,
seems sort of like it's directed at this point, right?
Well,
you think after the Last Jedi,
but this is the mainstream media. Remember, the mainstream media is a leftist fucking thing. It's part of the entertainment industry, which has been insane for years now.
well, I'd say this is.
I mean, but they used to have a profit motive, right? There used to be some sort of motive.
Not always, and not recently.
So, Armchair, here's the thing. Captain Picard has been, Picard has been renewed for another 3 seasons, on top of the one that hasn't come out
I doubt
yet.
that.
Well, you may doubt it, Phil, but like Discovery
Discovery got renewed,
season,
and it was doing terribly.
even though nobody believed it when they said it. Like Discovery got
problem
renewed.
is-
It keeps
is
Picard
you
got
have-
renewed for 3 more seasons.
The problem is, Phil, that you have executives playing games with shareholders, either by lying or fucking playing games to get them to continue to fund this shit. And some of them are helping fund it themselves. It's
I
all
think
a
it's,
fucking game to these people to keep
but-
control of the media.
It's a
Well,
little bit.
I think it goes beyond just shareholder money. If this was shareholder money, then this is money that the companies were creating themselves that they're playing with, and this wouldn't be an issue, or this would have stopped because they'd have a profit motive to worry about. I think this is being funded externally.
No, yes and no, but it's not anything, Josh.
Okay. Well, where are they getting the money? Well, the plain fact is it's called investors. And Hollywood's been playing this game for about 100 years. The reason behind the ideology or destroying all this is, one, they don't care. 2, it's a quick snatch and grab operation. And 3, Netflix, basically they're only really interested by throwing crap out, and they don't care about its longevity. But more importantly, a lot of them are ideologues who have no profit motive. So they're getting money from investors who they trick into thinking that they're going to have a massive return. And then they're like, oh, sorry. I mean, there's a very long line of studios that did this. And you're only starting to see it kind of come home to rest for some of them, such as, for example, Les Moonves. Who the hell would put him in charge and have the CEO actively despise the main thing your studio is known for?
And yet, CBS continues to fund failed Star Trek projects to the tune of billions of dollars.
Exactly.
What this is telling me is that the investors are not. What this is telling me is that the investors here are not being duped. Investors know exactly what they're
Some
doing.
of the
They're funding
investors
these
are, I'm
productions
sure, in on
knowing
this, but
full
not
well.
all.
Have you
that
met a
these
lot
are
of
going to
these
be failures.
investors?
They're not very smart people.
It's like an oil sheik they go, hey, look, come to this party and meet Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes
They're
down
so
to.
detached from this shit. Half the time, they don't even know what's going on. And what they get told is not always necessarily the truth because they have no attachment to any of this. It's all money.
But this is what I don't get. Disney has lost so much money.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so far, let me come at you here. If they have no attachment to anything besides money, why are they funding unprofitable projects?
Because
these people have an
there's
immense
still-
amount of resources
because-
to tell them what is going to sell.
because
Propaganda.
they're being actively lied to, and some of them, not all of them, are in on the whole fucking thing. They're not all that way, but some of them have so much fucking money, and they're enough of an ideologue that they support this kind of bullshit.
Well, think of it
Yes,
like,
which is what
this.
I was getting at here, which is I think this entire thing here actually we're seeing the back end of what I think is actually a fairly sophisticated information operation being pushed through Hollywood onto the American public.
But it's not working, so it's wasting time and money. But
And
they're too
is it-
fucking thick to fucking.
And I'm just going to say this. I just want to say this quick about Netflix. By the way, I'm hearing a good echo.
Yeah, that's coming from Armchair. He can't help
Does
it
that come
right
from
now.
me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who it's coming from, but I
Well,
can
for
hear
some
it.
reason you're triggering my mic really bad. I'll
Oh, okay. Don't know why.
Arms, do you
But-
want to mute until you talk? That might help. That helps. So,
sure.
Okay.
okay.
But here's the thing: Netflix is the company that stood behind Cuties when
Okay, don't say that
they
name.
were losing thousands upon thousands of subscribers, tens
Yeah.
of thousands from
CSA.
some of the reports. What?
Don't say that name.
Okay.
It's not me, it's the algorithm. Just
Okay.
switch out the name or something like that.
Okay.
Just call it pies because we all know what the full word is.
I'll
Don't
just
call
call
it
it-
anything, all right? Just go
Yeah.
on,
Anyways,
go on.
That
the movie, the
The
foreign
unnamed
film,
French movie.
yeah, the unnamed French movie. They openly supported it and bashed anybody who openly criticized Netflix, and
Yes.
they dismissed all petitions to try and get it removed. Netflix basically gave them the middle finger and said, "We don't care what you say; it's staying." It's activism, is what it is.
Yes.
The almighty dollar does not play into account here. Because if it did, these people would be like, we put this unknown French movie out there and we're losing tens of thousands of subscribers. Maybe we should rethink this. No, they said, up yours, we're doing what we want. It's no longer about money. It's about activism. That's what it purely is.
Yeah,
And
now you
again,
know.
this speaks directly to what I was saying, CSA, which is this is an information operation being pushed by people who have a lot of money, like just immense resources, through Hollywood onto the general public.
But it doesn't matter
And
'cause the
despite what
general
you're
public
and
is
far,
biting.
despite what you're saying, it absolutely has an effect because we're here talking about this right now.
Yes, but it's not having the
Yeah.
effect they want it to.
No, okay, I'm just going to say this. Farv, we are part of, I'm just going to say, most of us here are all part of one political side. It's not working on our side, but it is working.
It's not really
tremendous.
working on the left either, because look at how much of the
really
left is
isn't.
turning on entertainment. The left
Yeah.
is splintering. That's the problem. The left as a party is splintering into multiple disparate parties that keep turning on each other.
And there were
And you
some,
can
and,
see
and
that
there's
happen like in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Confucius.
Wow. Damn.
Wow,
Oh
guys.
my god! But
I
here's
love
the
you,
thing,
Waffles.
like, yeah, Waffles, you beautiful bastard. But here's the thing. Also, you got to remember there are things that transcended politics. Star Wars, Star Trek, He-Man, many franchises that people from, you could say, from the left, the right, the center, they could all sit down in the same room, not get political, and all sit down and enjoy the same thing together. They could all do it.
French,
And
did they lose?
They used to, CSA.
Wow.
I am so sorry. I just saw that and I couldn't help it. That was fucking great.
oh my god! But that's my thing, is that they're bastardizing stuff that used to not be politicized with agendas. Now they are, and let's
Yeah, you know what's funny about that whole thing too, of it quote unquote not having the effect even on the left that they want it to? I would argue that it absolutely is having the effect that they want it to, and here's why. Despite the fact that the entire left is fracturing into a million billion pieces that all want to kill each other, they are all in complete agreement with this dogma, this propaganda, this what have you. They just think that the "oh, you're so special" part applies to them. Like, each faction thinks that they're the special one.
Oh yeah, but that's less an agenda and more a cultural delusion.
Well, also
Yes.
there's two things going on here. There's two.
Sorry.
Go.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. So I was going to say there's two things going on here. One, Favre, I believe you said that the left is fracturing. I disagree with you. I think the left is in fact more unified than ever.
No,
they're unified.
you haven't been paying attention.
No, hold on. They're throwing out they're engaging their little witch hunts, but this is just throwing out people around the periphery. They're consolidating.
I don't think so.
There is no significant fraction on the left that I can observe at all. In fact, they're sort of consolidating into a very hard left.
Hold on, from somebody who's run in a country of like leftists, right? My current party, who I'm not going to say the name, but you are all aware. Apparently Catala's English disease has gone to me as well. God damn it!
I'll say rare. Yes, I like my steaks a little bit rare.
Don't you mean well done with burger sauce?
No, that's Phil.
Hey, no. Not even as a joke. Okay.
Thank you, Mary.
Later,
We appreciate it.
Hey, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
I think this is having sorry.
Yeah, my current ruling party is classed as conservative, right? They are not conservative whatsoever. The other leading party, who they're in, so they are currently in in power with. The conservatives are in power with the leftists. The leftists are also in power with the far left Green Party. And on the opposition to them is the super far left Sinn Féin. This is my problem. This is the problem in my country. There's nobody to stand up for people on the right, because they've literally stated that there is a problem in Europe about the rise of the right, and the police are genuinely scared. There was a poll taken in Ireland recently about pew-pew makers. Right, I'll just use that word. I don't know can I say it, so I'll just say pew-pew makers, right? A poll was taken in Ireland in 2012. How many people wanted pew-pew makers? It's like 6, 7, maybe up to 40%. Depends who you ask, right? Mm-hmm. Then, recently, after the plague and everything like that, they done the poll again, and the poll is coming out with numbers from 70% all the way up to 97% want pew-pew makers. Farv, you know one of my friends, not going to say their name, but you have seen them change their position on pew-pew makers.
Mm-hmm.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Actively. And this is not just me. This is people across Europe as well. The right is growing, but the left is screaming harder.
Yes, which goes to my original point. Criticism and self-criticism is like one of those essential parts of Maoism. I mean, the left is going to look like it's constantly eating itself, but what it's doing is it's reinforcing its own ideology, right? They're not. I don't see the fracture lines that would indicate there's any real significant ideological fracture in the American left or in the Western left at large. Like, all I'm seeing is just the steady drift towards leftist authoritarian.
Well, then what? Are we just all fucking communists now? You just want to fucking just let it go? I mean, what the fuck?
I'm just gonna butt in here. I feel like in a way we kind of are a little bit off topic and going a little political. And I'm not saying we meant to, because we were referring it back to some of the ideals of He-Man, but it feels like we're going down a political road. And I don't know if everyone wants to go down that road.
No.
So I'm just going to say that because I don't think we're
I
meaning
agree
to.
with you. So,
Well,
let's-
hold on here. So the original point I was trying to make was that again, He-Man is a symptom.
yeah.
What we're looking at right now is a symptom. The disease is investors from a number of sources, I suspect, who are trying to destroy American culture.
So when I was in college, I was actually part of what I was doing first off in college was part of it was studying photography and films and shit like that, right? And it turns out that in Hollywood there's a 5-mile circle, okay? And within that 5-mile circle is, the way to get people into, it's like, oh, we're having a look at all these different boards and everything like that, right? Everyone's coming in to look at like Last Jedi, He-Man, Star Wars, Star Trek, everything it's from this 5-mile circle. They go to Toronto or Vermont, wherever, 5-mile circle, they're going there. Another 5-mile circle, they're going there. They do this everywhere they go. Where you see all these major studios, you pull where they are, you draw a 5-mile circle around them, and that's where everyone's coming from.
Now, actually, I think Skeletor was trying to say something a couple of times, and we talked over him. What?
Sorry.
No, but I think honestly, it kind of shows that how they're losing the companies. Netflix stock has dropped tons. They've lost tons of subscribers this quarter. Disney's kind of recouping. It's getting better. But every company, CBS has lost a ton because of Star Trek. Like a lot of people have left CBS and Paramount and Plus because of Star Trek, Picard, and Discovery. All the companies are dropping. They are losing because they're putting this stuff out that's not good. They're ruining everything. Like everyone said, they use these franchises because there's money in them, but then they destroy them. And then they're like, where's the money? Where's the money? It's not there anymore because you're ruining everything. The only thing I can say about this really is there's like Star Wars has kind of turned around for me from what it was at the sequels. I've enjoyed Mandalorian and I like Bad Batch a lot. I have to say that I do like it and I like what I've seen, but it's just like I think now it's getting to the point where they're starting to realize that you can't do this anymore, or we're going to keep going it out because they keep losing money.
Speaking about Star Wars, it is that obligatory point in the stream because somebody has mentioned Star Wars. Arms, would you like to do this for legal reasons?
Yes. So it is the federal. The courts have recognized that the sequel trilogy is garbage. That's part of the. I wouldn't say it's part of the holding, but it's absolutely dicta in a federal case. The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker are absolute trash. In fact, let me see the exact wording in the dicta here is mediocre and schlocky.
So, for legal reasons, we have to say that the sequel trilogy sucks.
I mean, that's I mean, we already knew it, but now it's in a legal document, so now it's legally confirmed.
I mean, yeah.
Is that really real?
That's
It's actually real.
In fact, I think that might actually be part of the holding of the case because it looks like they're discussing the actual legal rule.
Yeah, you posted it. You were in absolute hysterics when you found this.
No, what I'm doing is I'm splitting a legal hair because I'm trying to suss out whether it's part of sort of the discussion around the rule or whether it's actually part of the rule itself.
I'd say, looking at, I think it's the discussion.
Well,
because this wasn't this put out by
it's because the reason I say it might actually be part of the actual holding of the case, which would be ridiculous, is they seem to be discussing like this is like a copyright case, it looks like, and they're discussing the actual like what the court is actually ruling on the case. They're not sort of discussing the surrounding law. But I digress.
So for legal reasons, the Star Wars the Disney trilogy sucks. But getting back to as businesses, before we start to wrap up, as businesses, I don't. With the losses from Star Wars is in the high billions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at least $1 billion.
No, it's
Probably
at least
closer to. It
Wow.
might be. I mean, again, any number thrown out is just an estimate at this point, but it's several billion, probably. I would guess. Yes.
Yeah. How is Disney not gone into panic mode? I believe that they have with things like Mandalorian and things like that. I beve we are seeing their panic mode, but we are also seeing the tail end of the woke Star Wars stuff.
Well,
And
have you
everything
seen
like
their
that.
holdings map?
No.
They own I think the only other company that really rivals them in what they hold stakes in or own outright is Tencent.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, Lucasfilm is a small but not insignificant part of the Disney empire, but it's not that big a part of their business.
Yeah.
It's a name.
Yeah, like they can produce stinkers out of Lucasfilm, and it affects their bottom line, but not in such a way that it would make the stakeholders really scream at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you had, like, say, Star Wars and Marvel both collapsing at the same time, that would make a bigger dent to where, their shareholders would be like, okay, we got to fucking change directions here. But Star Wars alone wouldn't do it. It would take Marvel and Star Wars losing shit tons of money over a certain period of time for it to stand out.
Well, I mean, just to give you an idea, I think that Lucasfilm is like less than a quarter of what they take in from just their cruises yearly.
Yeah.
So
guys, we have officially completely gone off topic. And we've been going for about an hour, so I think this is a good point to... Farva's muted. Armchair, you want to start... No, Katala's closer, I apologise. Katala, you want to show your channel?
Alrighty, so yeah, everybody, I run a YouTube channel. It is the same as my screen name on here. I usually stream what is it? I try to stream every Tuesday evening at around 6 my time. That's in a little over half an hour from now. So if you want to see Farvithia Forever, Armchair Warlord, and me, and sometimes CSA and Phil make terrible mistakes in Guild Wars 2, definitely go check us out. We have a lot of fun doing that. We also sometimes talk nerd stuff while we're at it.
Oh, that happens majority of the time. And I'm usually there if I know in advance.
Yeah. So, CSA, you want to show yourself?
Yeah. So, Common Sense America, I got a channel called The Smoking Patriot. But when you search for it, it's the_smoking_patriot, just because it helps stand out in the search algorithms. I actually tested this myself. That's why I went with that spelling style. But I got a channel. We talk mainly anything nerd. We talk anime, some fantasy, which is pretty much Lord of the Rings, which eventually we're gonna probably talk about one day. I just did a stream actually yesterday with Mr. Nobody and Favre, and we talked about Gundam, various series, and what our likes, our dislikes, discussions, a little bit of arguments. It was an all around good time. AW was there too. I'm sorry. AW was there as well. My bad. And awesome stuff. Go check out the stream. We were laughing our asses off most of the time. So so just check us out. I stream typically on Saturdays, but if a Saturday's occupied, it'll be a Sunday. But typically Saturdays in the afternoon is when I do streams. So like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon. And
Favre, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm back. I got a channel both on it's called two different things, but I got a channel on YouTube called Farvithian Guard. It's a gaming channel, kind of a mix of some MMO stuff, some retro style shooters, a lot of stuff from 3D Realms, side-scrolling old beat-em-up stuff like Streets of Rage 4 is on there, and a lot of other random shit like Torchlight. I also have a channel called Iron Fangs Gaming. That's on freaking Odyssey. It's basically a mirror of my channel for the moment till we get our recording shit fixed.
Okay, so Phil.
All right, so hey guys, I have a channel called Kilroy Was Here. It's another gaming channel, and I don't have a really set schedule of when I stream. I basically stream when I feel like it. Although when it comes to streams I do on my own, I try and keep it like earlier in the afternoon. I'm talking like around like 1, 2, maybe 3 at the latest. And then what I'm trying to do is like set up a schedule for streams where we play as a group, be it like Star Trek Online or another game, or like doing Jackbox party streams or Cards Against Humanity, which are both 2 streams I am trying to plan with the rest of the guys. So expect something like that to happen soon. Expect regular Star Trek Online streams. And then if I can find other games that we all have or we all like that we can play together on stream, I'll do that too.
Well, Phil, actually, me and CSA, I know you're.
I know you're talking. You're going to talk about Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it
I
is.
win. Where's the $1 million?
Katala has it. She'll write you a check.
I mean, I'm up for STO. I can't get down with Sea of Thieves.
Katala, would you like to join us in Sea of Thieves?
I will do so eventually, but I'm not going to pay for a Microsoft Gold account because Microsoft are terrible. So it'll have to wait.
I don't. My Xbox isn't even properly hooked up.
Oh no, you can actually play it on the PC.
Well, yeah, but I don't. I do less with Microsoft on the PC than I do with my Xbox.
Yeah, and so I basically have not touched my Xbox that I do have for the better part of a year and a half for that very reason. After I got my PlayStation 4 Pro, I was just like, yeah, I have no reason to touch my Xbox again.
I mean, as it stands now, my channel, we're looking at getting the capture card just so we can do stuff on that console because we got a fucking ridiculous bunch of games on that thing.
So,
I want to stream
Armchair,
the channel.
you want to show yourself?
Absolutely. So anyways, I'm your
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, Revan. I'm just no. Okay. So anyways, I actually do not have a YouTube channel, or I do have one, but there's nothing on it. I probably will put some stuff on it at some point in the next year.
Jesus.
But I'm an author, and I have published one book, and I've got another one on the way. I'll drop the link in the chat. It's called The Maiden's War, and it's been very well received.
Yeah.
We got an author in the group.
Yay! We've got someone who can read.
Yeah, and to everyone listening, support AW. Get his book. It's a good book. Support your independent authors because, like we've seen with the High Republic and other big name series, they're complete horseshit. And when they burn down, it's the independent authors that are going to bring the industry back from the dead, basically. So
just like comics.
Yeah,
necromancers.
Basically, yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Your favorite Guild Wars class.
Our last person here to shield themselves is Nick. You want to do your thing? No, you're not, Nick. Go away.
Yeah, sure.
That was you, not me.
I'll put my face on. Hey everyone, I'm Nick, the Lego Bounty Hunter Network on YouTube. I have a Twitter. It's the same thing, like Nick, the Bounty Hunter Network. I talk about movies, games. Mainly Legos, though, as the name of my channel. But also, I do have a schedule. Actually, in a few minutes from now, maybe about 30 minutes from now, I do Minecraft at night. I do a Monday stream, Minecraft Monday type thing. And then Tuesday through Thursday, I do normal videos. And then actually, Thursday and Friday this week. Actually, Thursday's my birthday. So we're going to...
happy birthday!
I'm having a birthday stream then. And then on Friday, I'm bringing on some Lego friends to talk about the new sets coming out this Sunday. And then we're having Saturday, I scheduled to do like Jackbox Party Pack with the audience, so anyone can come on and play that, and we'll do that. And then Sunday.
Oh, you're welcome to join me for Jackbox too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I do a Star Wars stream on Sundays usually. I just filled the week with stuff I wanted to talk about. But this week we're doing that Lego stream on Friday, but every Friday is also a Doctor Who stream. So I talk about stuff I like to talk about. Yeah.
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 So
that's
I
what
would
I
like
do.
to. So for everyone, the links will be posted in the not the description. It'll be posted in a pinned comment. Because I'm so professional, I know these words.
Yeah, Nick, I would like a
you?
link to your channel. I'd like to subscribe to you.
Yeah. Nick, you want to drop your channel?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Give me
Nick,
that.
do you
I'll give it.
actually can you actually just say something in the chat and I'll make you moderator?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
why
Let
I
me
said
get
your name.
Yeah. Let me get my YouTube pulled up real quick. And I'll put that stuff. I'll drop my channel.
Yeah.
You can make me moderator, and then I'll drop my channel in the chat.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, so it's a week of birthdays, basically.
Oh, happy,
Jesus.
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday.
CSA.
Well, not for
We don't-
another, 4 hours and
Not
25
for me.
minutes.
Eh,
I'm
close
in the
enough.
future.
Yeah.
It turns out that your birthday cake is actually a secretly a laxative.
Okay.
That would be terrible.
That would be.
Why would
that
you do
be-
that?
It was
Because
so funny, though.
bad ideas.
I'm not getting a colonoscopy, okay? So
No.
don't.
Good lord,
Okay,
guys.
like-
You don't need a colonoscopy with laxatives. It's kind of the opposite of such.
I put
Yeah,
some
kind
in
of
the
a-
chat.
Okay, hold on. So Nick, whoa, one sec. Wait, Nick, did I already make you a moderator? No, I haven't.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so I can. Phil, you're kind of channeling the Joker. Okay, so Nick, if you're posting again, now you've got a wrench. And Nick, can I get your link in the private chat as well?
Oh, in the
That's right, you guys need mine.
No, Katana, I already have yours. I'm going to put in a pinned comment
Oh,
as soon as it ends.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the private chat. That's fine.
I might have to take off, so I'll catch you guys later.
Later, Mater.
Later.
But, okay, so I would like to thank absolutely everybody for joining. I hope you had a great night. I enjoyed the panel. I'd like to thank Nick for coming on. The rest of the panelists, except for Katala, because she's my boss.
If she's
Let me
your
just put
boss,
it this
she's
way:
doing a terrible job.
Let me just put it this way: that lawsuit did not turn out as expected.
I know, it turned out better.
Oh,
For me.
God.
No, for me.
How?
Yeah, I now not only get her house, I also get every house related to anybody
No,
in
you
her family by
don't.
blood.
You get to live in
How
a cardboard
Highward.
box in the basement while I have the mansion.
Oh my god, I got a box!
Oh my
So,
lord.
Katala, do you make him wear the gimp suit or no?
What about the
No,
cat color
he's
with
in a
the
puppy
bell?
suit.
Who? Who?
No.
Why? Spicy.
Okay, I got
Work
it.
for me, boy.
I hear squeaky sounds over there.
No, sorry, I literally had a
There we go. That's mine.
I'm going to put it in the chat. No, guys, if you look in the private chat, that's actually why. It's a stupid part of asthma. So I'm actually going to show you guys something. It's a picture of me in Katala's basement.
Oh god. I thought you were
Okay.
ending the stream.
Oh, I am on this image.